Welcome, everyone, to some more YouTube content for the Here's Johnny podcast. I am your lazy host, Larry.
And lazy. Okay. I am your other host, Justin.
Justin, I was actually thinking about it, and you have been on a tear. And I've been wanting to talk to you about it. It's the first time we've talked, and you put me to a rush. So I just wanted to say that I have been so impressed by the amount of work you're putting in, not only game-wise, but podcast-wise. And I think it's very impressive. You should be proud of yourself if you already aren't.
I have a little bit of energy, so I figured I might as well use that energy while I have it.
Well, good, but I was letting you know, like it's awesome because here we are back for some more YouTube content. You've been posting the Twitch streams over there, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I saw that Phoenix Rising got 21 views already.
Oh, really? I haven't looked. I'm not gonna lie. I try to.
I'll keep an eye on the stats. That's my job.
Oh yeah, I try to steer clear of that. I don't want to get in my own head about stuff. So.
Okay, but we're back again, and
Yes.
you have another game review, right?
Yes, actually, it is that Immortals Fenix Rising that you just talked
cool.
about. Yeah.
No, I didn't even see. Like I said, Justin just says, "Hey, do you have 10 minutes?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go." And here we are. Okay, I watched a little bit about it, but
Yes.
for people who have no idea what it is, what is this game about?
Okay, so Immortals Fenix Rising is a third-person action game. It is basically to trim all the fat and just to bring it down to bare basics. It is basically Breath of the Wild, but set in like an Olympic time, like the Greece god.
I was going to
Greek
ask you, when I
gods.
watched you stream on Twitch, it definitely seemed like it had some of that ancient Greek kind of vibe.
Yes, so you are a mortal, obviously, named Fenix, sorry,
Okay.
and you end up on this island, and there is an evil force named Typhoon, and he is, or has, kind of captured and desecrated the gods, and it is up to you to kind of bring back balance to this land and bring the gods back to...
The Force?
Yeah, basically. The story...
All right, how many hours did you get into the plot?
Oh man, I am about 24 hours. I think I'm actually pretty close to the end. I try to push it really hard with this. So far, the plot has really not hit.
Okay. But you played 24 hours, though. There must be something going on there that kept you around.
I'm doing a review. I gotta get as far as I can in it.
24 hours is a long time, my man.
I know.
The longest movie I have is a documentary, and it was like just under 2 hours.
I try, man. I try my hardest.
Oof.
But yeah,
Okay.
so the main problem with the plot is it is almost played for comedic effect. Like they're kind of in the background while you're playing is Zeus and Prometheus, and they're kind of telling the story of Phoenix. And it's got this like really...
So it was almost too jokey for you.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't think any of the jokes really landed, which really, really sucks because I think the strong point of this game is the gameplay. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Like, it looks fantastic. It's like a really cartoony art style, but it like, think of Olympus in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's kind of that, but over an entire, like, open world, and it looks great.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, we don't talk about Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I guess I brought it up, so, whatever. But yeah, the gameplay is very Breath of the Wild. Like, there's a stamina-based running and climbing, and you get special abilities. The only issue is, with Breath of the Wild, you kind of had that urgency to explore. Like, you wanted to know what was around the next corner.
Yeah.
There's always, like, that great sense of discovery. Well, I found in Immortals that just wasn't there, because it was kind of basic open-world Ubisoft fare, like...
Do you think it was more because with Breath of the Wild, you had such a history with the Legend of Zelda franchise that you wanted to go see what else was out there?
So there's a couple things, actually. One, you can go into like this, it's called Farsight, and you can go around and you can like basically look around the map and you can like see what's out there, because there's only like, from a certain number of things, there's like things that upgrade your health or things that upgrade your stamina, or there's basically the mini dungeons from Breath of the Wild make a return here, but they're a little different. But it just it doesn't.
So do you think it's kind of like a Zelda clone, a Breath of the Wild clone? Then
that's how it feels. Very much so.
Well, you played 24 hours. You definitely did that.
Well,
I trust you. Which anybody should. That's a long... I know you said that you were going to review it properly, That's a long time to sink into a game, man.
Oh, I
So like,
I
if
do
anybody
plan
knows,
on.
you're probably the best person to know.
I do plan on finishing it too, and I will be. I will come back
Okay.
on the show with like see if it sticks. But the other problem is, so 5 weeks ago we had Watch Dogs Legion,
Yes.
and then 2 weeks after that we had Assassin's Creed, and now just a scant 3 weeks after that we have the third Ubisoft open world title,
yeah.
Immortals, and I think they really didn't do themselves any favors by releasing all three of them kind of back to back to back like that.
Okay.
I'm sure COVID has a lot to do with that, but I think they really shot themselves in the foot, because I think this would have fared better to me even if I had that breakup there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it is very much go to the open world, go to this high point, open up this part of the map, and then you can find all these collectibles. The acting is fantastic.
To keep this tight, that's kind of plot and gameplay.
Yes.
How about the audio?
Oh, the audio is great. Again, like I said, the quips don't really work for me, especially because they're like constantly coming, which is nice that there's kind of something always being said, but I don't know, it doesn't work for me in the way that like weirdly enough, Jack Black and Brutal Legend, I don't know if you've ever played it, but those kind of jokes work for me, but here it's just like one after another after another after another, and it's like it doesn't give you kind of a chance to breathe. And it really holds it back. Yeah. Back to gameplay, one quick second though. I do want to say there are many dungeons in it, just like the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Those are fucking amazing.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's what's been making you keep coming back then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's plot, gameplay, and audio. Obviously, I watched you play it. This isn't really a horror game, which is why we're doing YouTube content.
Yeah.
So that leaves us to the last two big things. So first, Justin, who hooked us up with this? Where can people buy it? How much is it going for? What's it on? Go ahead and lay that out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to say again, thank you to Matthew, who is our PR contact over at Ubisoft. He hooked us up with a review copy of the game. So it comes out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One Series XS, and PC. It comes out actually on December.
The Microsoft console.
Yeah. So it comes out this Thursday or Friday, December 3rd. And it is $59.99 American and $79.96 Canadian.
Okay, and then that leaves us to the final thing. Justin, is this a game that our listeners or people who like Breath of the Wild or whatever, is this a buy on release, wait for a sale, or skip it?
I'm going to have to say buy it, or not buy it right now. Sorry, wait for a sale. Really, because, I mean, yes, obviously if you don't have a Switch and you're looking for something that's kind of Breath of the Wild, go for this. But it also finds itself in a kind of a sticky situation because Cyberpunk comes out in less than a week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what is on everybody's minds right now.
Unless it gets delayed again.
It's not. They've already said to their investors that it's coming out, so...
Well, they said it before. They've lied to you before,
Larry.
Justin.
Give me this, goddamn it.
All right, and then I actually want to introduce something new real quick here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't like it, you're the editor, so you can cut it out. What price would this be worth to you to buy it?
So American price or Canadian price? Because they are two very different things.
Do Canadian price. Do it for you. So you said the Canadian price is $79.99 quid?
Quid. No, Canadian dollars. God damn it. Our Monopoly
Maple
money.
syrup?
Yeah, our Monopoly money. God damn it. So I would even go like venture as far as saying I would pay $59.99 for it, so that works out to about $49.99 or like $39.99 for you. Kind of like a budget title. And I think that fits perfectly with this game. Like it's definitely like it's getting back to the whole like double A, not triple A production, but like a double A production, kind of that like mid-tier game.
I totally understand too. Obviously, this is like around the time too where we start to see some of these titles with a new console launch, right?
Yeah.
When a new console drops, this is kind of time when these kind of games are all to test features, kind of get feelers out there. But I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like for movies,
absolutely.
it's hard, right? Because for a movie, it's like either you devote the 2 hours to it or you don't. But for games, like for me, it's more like a price point. Like I am interested in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I might play it when it's like $10.
Oh, you're gonna be
But
waiting a long time.
that's what I'm saying. Like for me, like that's like the draw for it, right? I just
Yeah.
don't care
Yeah,
that
like
much
this
for
is
it.
a perfect. So if you're looking at like a review score, basically, this is like a perfect 7 game. So it's not
Okay.
fantastic. It's not bad. It's just not. There's a lot holding it back, but a lot going for it. Like it has promise, but
Hmm.
it just doesn't stick all the
Yeah.
landings.
Like I said, I just figured this is YouTube stuff, so we could try new things out. So I thought I would ask you
Yeah,
because
no, absolutely.
I was curious myself.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to Ubisoft for hooking us up, Justin. Once again, you are killing it. Any last notes before we close this out?
Yeah, definitely. Even if you're not going to go play this, watch somebody play it because it looks.
21 people already have watched you.
Yeah, well, it looks really good. So.
All right. Perfect, guys. So until next time, stay scary.